Tonight, I want to tell you a story about a small American town, a forgotten house on a quiet street, and the one porch light that never stopped glowing. There was an old man named Walter Greene, 83 years old, who lived alone in the home he built with his own hands back in 1962. Everyone in town knew Walter, not because he talked much, but because every night, without fail, his porch light stayed on until sunrise. Some said it was out of habit. Others believed it was because he couldn't sleep. But nobody knew the real reason. Nobody except Walter. Walter had a wife, Margaret. Soft voice, gentle smile, always humming old country songs. They were married for 57 years. And in all those years, Margaret had one request. Walt, leave the porch light on if I'm out late. I always find my way home easier when the light is waiting for me. Walter made it a rule, a promise, and he kept it night after night, even after Margaret passed away. Neighbors said it was sweet, but also sad. Why keep the light on for someone who would never come home? But Walter never explained, not even when people asked. He simply said, "Some promises don't end when a person does." One autumn evening, the town faced the worst storm in decades. Trees collapsed, power lines snapped. The whole neighborhood went dark, except for one thing, Walter's porch light. It flickered, but it did not go out. People walking by the street noticed it immediately. A warm yellow glow cutting through the rain and the wind. A small, stubborn reminder of something gentle. Later that night, a young couple whose car had broken down saw that light from far away. They ran toward it, soaked and shivering. Walter opened the door with his usual soft smile. "Did you kids get in here? Storm like this? Nobody should be outside alone." He gave them towels, warm soup, and a place to sit. The couple asked him why his porch light stayed on when the whole town had lost electricity. Walter quietly touched the side of the wall, where an old generator sat, wired only to the porch light. And with a trembling voice, he finally said, "My Margaret had weak eyesight. Even when she was alive, she could see better in storms if this light was on. I kept it running with its own power, so it would never fail her." A tear slipped down his cheek. "I know she's gone. But if someone else out there needs the light, then it's still doing its job." When the storm finally ended, word spread through the whole town. People began visiting Walter, bringing him food, fixing his fence, sitting with him on that old porch. And from that day forward, whenever someone felt lonely, or lost, or simply needed a place to rest, every porch light turned on. One by one, a whole town glowing for the man who kept a promise long after the world thought it was broken. The house with the last porch light in town. Years later, when Walter passed away peacefully, the town gathered for his funeral. And that night, for the first time in 60 years, the porch light stayed dark. But across the neighborhood, in memory of him, every porch light turned on, one by one, a whole town glowing for the man who kept a promise long after the world thought it was broken.